And we're back. This will be game 2. We'll get that marked in just a second. Kupppo versus BajaBlood, first round of the bracket side of the tournament. This time we have the kitchen sink being thrown at our runners. Everything turned on, basically. We have full countdown. We have full area, full boss shuffle, random start. I do believe we have at least regular morph ball.
It says random morph, but
Random
that could
morph?
be.
Okay, so that might be. That basically means it could be wherever. Yeah, this one could have everything. I will say this about full countdown. I've come to. It's not like full. We do get the Lore Norfair start, so we get a free Varia suit.
And of course, that means morph ball will be at Firefly.
Does it have to be at Firefly? Can it be at the other spot? At and okay, fine. The Franker Z missiles.
Oh yeah, I suppose it could be there.
The game has to give them power bomb. It has to give them something to kill the key hunters with, which hopefully is screw attack, but plasma would be okay as well. Yep. Could also be Icer or Spazer. Has to give them various suit and has to give them morph ball. And now they got to get out.
And if you are just coming in on game 1, this is obviously a much different start. Lore Norfair start is interesting, but also not interesting because it as you just mentioned, Tracy, it forces you to get the Varia suit immediately. It forces a morph ball immediately, so it kind of removes like the fun combat advantage you might have in Lore Norfair because you know what your starting items are going to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, plasma beams to get through the key hunters is nice. It does mean that, I guess it means we're not, we still need a bomb of some sort. Did they change another thing to a shot block? I bet they changed another thing to a shot block.
Probably this shot block. Probably this item right here.
Yeah, this has to have turned into a shot block because they do need bombs to get out. Baja, you need bombs. Oh, this could be a problem. And this is actually something I really don't like. They keep changing things from bomb blocks to shot blocks. This one is unnecessary because he could have just put the plasma beam in this location, and we could have put the bombs here. He's gonna get through this door, and he's gonna realize he's soft locked. Once he goes down these crumble blocks, he's soft locked. Oh, never mind, because it's area. It's area. It's area. It's not soft lock because it's area.
0 items in Upper Norfair, though. That is interesting.
I mean, we have a Varia suit and no items pick up. Well, this is the other thing about full that I think is I don't think the full countdown is a good. I think it's actually a terrible beginner mode, which is kind of funny. Oh, Kupppo.
That's a hundo damage from contact from those key hunters.
So I also point out that those are probably not shot blocks, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Probably not actually shot blocks, because
it is hard to tell though with Varia tweaks sometimes.
they changed some blocks recently to be screw attack blocks. Yep. In Meridia, so I never assume anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, that you cannot take a hit from the key hunter. So Kupppo going for like if he had gravity suit, then I could see maybe going for that because you can take 1 hit. But with Varia suit, you can't take any hits because those key hunters do 100 damage on Varia suit.
Baja gonna take a little bit of a lava bath here.
This is
a little
dangerous.
Scary.
Yeah, I don't know. There are better choices than this. Okay, we're through.
And Baja, I think, gonna go up the vanilla route to get to. Oh, he's gonna.
Well, first he can check this entrance, and if this is bad, he'll go back. Yeah, this is bad. Go back.
This is really bad.
Yeah. He's not even in a position to sequence break that, let alone do it logically. I mean, he could go either direction here. still gonna have to be careful with still no E-tanks. But this is why I say this is a terrible mode for beginners. Is that the E-tanks are few and far between, and you know you see that number get to 0, you don't want to check anything more, but you might want some E-tanks. Whereas in literally any other mode, you know where to find some E-tanks. Scout the item. Scout the item.
Got the item. You're out. There you go. It's
because you know what? You know what? I think you need to grab those.
So what Baja needs to do, he needs to go around the vanilla route to get the speed booster, go down to that bubble mountain check to get the missiles, to go backwards through Cathedral to get to high jump boost. I think that's what the seed wants him to do.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You have to do the vanilla route because we don't have any power bombs. No, he can't get those because we don't have power bombs.
Yep.
Or even regular bombs. You can get through this with bombs.
Question in chat. We did not see what this wasteland item is. Pretty sure it's still a bomb block.
I think it's still a bomb. I mean, it's a bomb block in vanilla. I'm not going to swear that it's still a bomb block in randomizer.
Yep.
I mean, if I were playing, I would be checking it. Neither runner tried to shoot it out.
Maybe they're just expecting it to be bomb blocks. I mean, it's possible it is still bomb blocks, but
yeah, it's a shame because I did hear about a runner that got really screwed up with those Meridian screw attack blocks that we talked about earlier. And got lost a race not knowing that those were screw attack blocks.
Oh.
So after hearing that, I think I would just check, Baja, you don't have any energy. What are you doing? He just wants to tank this damage. Oh my god.
I mean, it's
no energy, no saves, you know.
Yeah. Slightly beneficial that Vari's suit now has 75% environmental damage reduction instead of 50%.
It is better in that sense.
But you're still taking a lot of damage and you don't have an E-tank to back you up. I don't like that. You know, this is not your usual Echoes game where you're just tanking Dark Aether damage all the time. Like, you actually have to be mindful of your health.
I mean, I like how you shot at Echoes. That is his one of the games that Baja plays a lot of. Is it his primary game? I would say
it is.
Probably.
Yeah, it's his primary game. He has less experience at Prime itself, but Echoes is definitely his bread and butter. That's probably not the tank he was looking for.
It's definitely not the tank he was looking for. Thank goodness we have Various Suit, because he can only take 2 spike hits instead of 0.
Kupppo finding Forgotten Highway, realizing really quickly he can't go this way.
Yeah, with the right items, you could sequence break that, but... Okay, so we got a missile pack. Honestly, yeah. Okay, so that door is blue, but we can't go through the green doors.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go through Cathedral, I think, because I think the doors will be blue from this direction.
It should be, yeah.
But I think I would go check the transition.
He doesn't have any bombs to check that transition.
You are correct. That is a really good point. That does require bombs, doesn't it?
Yep, and we were just mentioning that when she was going to escape. Slight panic mode. So where can Upper Norfair lead in this case? I want to say this is going to be
plenty of places. I mean, he'll be able to check high jump boots.
Yeah.
And we'll get the Cathedral item here. She's gonna have to be a little careful picking up. Kupppo doing all the same things, just a little bit behind, just from having taken the death of the key hunters.
Yep. And we are having a small repeat of the previous seed, where super missiles are nowhere to be seen.
Well, at least the previous seed gave us power bombs.
Yes. And Kupo taking a route around to Bubble Mountain much faster than Baja did. If he does the next play, which I want to say he's just going to follow in Baja's footsteps here, his death, despite that early time loss, really not that far behind.
No, not that far behind at all. Okay, so hopefully we get some ammo types here. Hey, a super. Knee tank wouldn't be bad either.
Mm-hmm.
Not entirely sure I see the reason to go this direction instead of the other way, but, you know, not a big deal.
Baja taking advantage of that variance weak, though. That bomb block converted to a shot block. More missiles. Okay.
Yeah, that bomb block has always been a shot blocking randomizer.
Yep.
Or at least since Total's version from the tournament in 2017. There's been a lot more additional block changes since then.
Correct. Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, we can't really do ice. Because, yeah, I mean, we can do ice, but the escape is not in logic without some sort of explosive.
Right.
So unless you're really good at iceless ice escape, probably not advised. Or at least save scum it. Could be a criteria with 3 items.
Checking this connector here. There you go. That is one of the first...
And also criteria. You want
first,
criteria or do you want criteria? I can't go this way. Frankly, I don't think one is necessarily better than the other from this point.
Yep, because it's either in a criteria and it's pretty much equidistant from all your checks. So it really doesn't matter which connector you take here.
I mean, I think I take a ship save and I head down.
Yeah.
BT is available without bombs, but everything else.
Question from our chat. Terminator was not...
Ooh, yeah, that might have been worth checking. And he can't get to it now from this direction. He'd have to go back around, which he can do. I mean, he can go back around that way, but...
Yep.
Hopefully he finds power bombs. Hopefully both runners find power bombs soon.
That would be great. One feature of Area Randomizer specifically is the addition of rolling saves. So if you save in a location that you don't like, you can go back to a previous save, and it will still maintain your progression. Very decided to use all 3 of the save slots for that purpose, which was a nice quality of life.
Yeah, I hate. Yeah, this is another. Ugh, I hate having to take this. I hate having to do this fight just because I want knee tank.
Baja starting off with miss. Oh no, okay.
That's gonna use plasma shots.
Yep.
Which I mean, let's see, plasma only. It doesn't plasma only because you're not using charge beam.
Yeah.
I want to say it's only like 150.
Yep. So Bomb Treezo and Bomb Treezo, Golden Treezo, Fantoon, and Ridley are all weak to super, so they take double damage. What you want to do there is use 2 missiles and a super, so that way he never drops his armor. You just kill.
Or even just 2 supers, which is a little bit slower than what you said, but not that bad.
Yep.
Oh, Kupo, did he take a save? Please tell me
he did.
Save.
He did take the save. Yep, I heard the sound.
Okay, he's fine. As if this could be a power bomb. It'd be really big if it was. It wouldn't be the logical power bomb necessarily, but actually it could be the logical power bomb. Choozo doesn't, or I should say the Varia guards against soft locks in some ways, but not in other ways. And he does get a power bomb pack out of it, so that's really big for Kupo.
You think he checks Wallflower Missile here? I don't think so. With this, he probably just goes back up and escapes.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think so. I was like, no, not another missile. Because we know it's not a major item.
Yep.
The best he could hope for is an super extra power bomb or E-tank. If that's the logical power bomb, it's gonna be a while before Baja gets to it. If that's the only logical power bomb, or the only available one, he's running out of places where it can be. Or I should say where he can get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Reset to the ship, or is he's thinking. A reset to the ship would be a good play, but
I think he has to reset back to the ship at this point. He has.
Well, he can walk back to the ship, but
oh yeah,
like, I would reset.
And meme route is also just a missile, so nothing but missiles down here in Retro Bryn.
Yeah, where was this transition that Kupppo went through?
Kupppo took left side crate elevator to get to left side where Terminator is, and Baja went to the other side, and that was the moat side of Criteria.
Yeah, no, Baja saw Criteria from. He saw the. Did he just go through and do the extra Criteria transition?
No, he double backed, went to the he supered the wall to get to the other side of the crate elevator, and then went through that door, and that's where he's at.
Yeah, I thought that's what took Baja to the back of Criteria.
Oh, and then so Kupppo went to the other side where he came out of initially and spit him out meme route side. So
no, but Baja checked both sides, and one of them took him to one of the Turian. I want to say because I'm very confused. Because I know I saw Baja check both sides of the crate elevator.
Yeah.
And it did not take him to meme route. It took him to it took him to the Turian area.
Mm-hmm.
And then he immediately turned around and took the other transition into Criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so did Kupppo go all the way through? Did he,
Yeah, he went full left once he got to that.
So he went left, and then he checked the other transition, which Baja did not check. Okay.
Yeah, Baja did not check that. Yep. So now Baja has extra backtracking he's got to do. He's got to. Yeah. Well,
I would have liked to see in the reset, but he did decide to just walk out.
Yep. Probably thinking what you were thinking. Just keep that E-tank.
I don't think the E-tank was worth it. It was E-tank number 2 for one thing.
Yeah.
So now he's going to go this way, and he's going to see what he does. This is not going to help him unless the Terminator item is power bombs. He's going to have to go to that ice beam. Yep. Can't go anything from here.
Ooh, vanilla E-tank. Well, I mean, if he's thinking about it, then he should know that ice beam has to be his progression.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one more shot to check that he hasn't, but we know it's nothing he can do.
Yep. And he's gonna do it.
And this will take him to Blueprint, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And he can't do anything here with that power bomb. So his only thing left is ice beam. Just go to ice beam.
Yep.
Okay, in the meanwhile, I did not see what was at 230 missiles for Kupppo, but his it still says 3, so it's not the major.
Yep. So there is a major. Let's see here. What do we have left? We have
Billy Mays and we have Off Gauntlet. I don't know if he checked. It looked like he might have checked Gauntlet. I'm not sure.
He did not scout back into Gauntlet. So we have Shaft Supers, Landing Site, Gauntlet, and Billy Mays.
He's going to take this save just in case, so we know that he's going to be fine.
Yep.
Criteria PBs, that's another location, chat pointing out.
Yep. Obviously can't get to that right now because they don't have any sort of can't fly or any way up there.
They have no way to get up there. You need speed, space jump, or regular bombs. Preferably, you do it with speed, because the other ways are slow. Even space jump is pretty slow getting up there.
Question in chat: they can reach the Croc entrance. They actually exited Lower Norfair from the Croc door, so that door is useless for now, but
Yeah, we're not going back into LN yet. And frankly, we need power bombs anyway. They don't actually have enough power bombs to go into LN. You have to have 5 to get in, but it's 6 to get out if you have no other things to help you, and we have no other things to help us. So even going to Ridley is not an option. Not that we even have anywhere close to the ammo for it. Okay, here's some new checks. Let's see what's over here at the back of Gauntlet. Can't get the items yet because only 5 power bombs, but they are X-ray and a super pack. Would love to get that super pack, but I probably don't go that far just to get X-ray.
Yeah. The only reason why you'd ever want to consider that is if the gauntlet item itself is a major you want to keep. Oh, Kupo farming the Kago here. Probably wants some power bomb drops.
Yeah, I mean, when you only have 5 power bombs, you really want to be very cognizant of your power bomb count. Make sure you don't go below the 5. He's going to go back here and probably do the Billy Mays checks. The problem with the Billy Mays checks is you don't like those 3 power bombs he has left. That's all. He needs all 3 of them.
Yep.
Unless he gets something there to help him out.
Baja not going to have enough to check Billy Mays. He's going to have to come back.
He can either check Billy Mays or he could go back up and do... Oh, no, you're right. He still have 1 more power bomb to give.
Yep.
So, yeah, hopefully he does not try and check Billy Mays. And falling into the water kind of sucks. So you either need to let the water be low and do that wall jump that Kupo did, or let the water be high and do a down grab. Crouch jump into a down grab to get out if you don't have high jump boots and don't have gravity suit.
Yep. Question in chat. Oh,
Ice beam. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we would have really liked that last seed. Question in chat. This is hard difficulty. I don't quite know with the various settings what is and isn't in logic. So
yeah, some of the more details. We did figure out that hell runs tend to be 1 more E-tank than season races. So 3 to Ice Beam, 4 to Bubble Mountain. But we had various suit from the beginning because we had an LN start. Suitless Meridian not going to be in logic at all. So we've now accounted for 2 of our majors. There's 1 more major in criteria, and we don't really have access to it unless it's at the moat. And the item we can get can't get out, or can't get this. The CWJ is not in logic, but the item we can get.
Yep.
So the item is in logic.
Baja finding the missiles at 230 and giving a chuckle.
I mean, it's vanilla missiles. Yeah, I suspect Baja's going to take a refill and save. We'll see if he does something similar to what Kupo did to get the Billy Mays items, or if he just leaves the area. I'm not sure there's that much to do. Like, I'm not entirely sure where they're supposed to go next at this point. Because everything was Upper Norfair or... I'm going to save a power bomb by going up and around.
Well, we also know that there's no majors in Upper Norfair, so it might be the connector at the back end of the wave gate, the wave beam check.
Right, now we have power bombs to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, in fact, I think that's exactly what it is. Now, if one of the runners wants to do a CWJ, they can.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah, you want that. And they could check this transition as well. Sometimes it's better to just stay in logic and do the thing that the game wants you to do.
Yep.
Now we can do Gauntlet.
And yeah, that's a good point. Oh, what? Would you really
Baja,
want to
you
go
have
on
a
the
ship
first-
save that you can take right after this. I think as you're in chat, this has to be slower than the ship save. That you would probably want to do anyway, so you can reset if this is nothing. Of course, Baja doesn't know what's in the back, so he'll go all the way through.
True. Yeah. So he'll get the super pack. He'll get the X-ray scope.
Because you need 8 power bombs to get through this. He had 9, so he didn't necessarily need to refill.
Of course, he could always count on that 4% power bomb drop from the waivers here, which of course won't happen. But
No, I mean he's got enough because you only need if you do it, you need at least 8.
Just a missile. Wow. So
okay, so it's the super or the power bomb location. We've seen everything else. Now Baja will get X-ray because he's going to run into it.
Yep.
I mean, he might skip it, but I mean, you've already got plasma beam. I imagine you pick it up and hope to get the charge beam to make microwave useful.
Yeah, like I fully expect him to pick it up. Kupppo also going for gauntlet. We'll see if he follows through to go to the.
He's
back.
gonna. I think he resets the missile.
Yeah,
because he's already peeked the back.
Yep.
Okay, that super is more valuable right now than the X-ray.
Baja did not look pleased with that X-ray location.
I don't think it was the location. I think it's the item. I mean, I know some of you love your X-ray scope, but it just unless you're doing shenanigans. And of course, a lot of people that love X-ray scope like to do those shenanigans. So very smartly farming an extra power bomb to get out of here. And we'll see if he goes to. I think it'd be faster if we have the transition down there to if you're going to Billy Mays, which is where I would think he'd want to go to next. The transition's right down there. You could have just done that.
Yep.
And you need he needs more power bombs though. So this could be a ship refill to that. And just as I thought, Kupppo does reset. Does not want the X-ray badly enough to go through, and I don't blame him. I think that's the right call for him.
Yeah, the supers might have been nice, but he knows he's going to find more, so that's probably a good skip.
They're still there, and you've got one more major item that might bring you back to this area, so they're there if you absolutely are in dire straits for needing one more super pack. And it looks like I think he's going to do what you suggested, which is go check that double chamber connector, which has to be the thing to do at this point.
Of course, we're going to have to go all the way back through Cathedral again, but that will not be a problem for our runners.
I mean, we have Variasuit and Plasma Beam and E-Tanks. It's not too bad.
Yep. Now, if these Varia tweaks weren't on, that Ice Beam would be hard required because you have no other way back up this room right here, but that platform was removed.
Well, that's not Varia tweaks. That's just soft lock protection.
Yeah.
Varia tweaks is specifically Bomb Teresa always going off. The wreck ship E-Tank being available without Fantoon killed, and the platform to allow you to get the space jump locked item.
Right.
The other tweaks have been around. Not all the blocks, as I mentioned before, have been changed. But even in the total randomizer from 2017, a lot of those blocks were changed, and that room in particular was changed.
Yep. Of course, one of the first changes for the Varia, or not the Varia randomizer, well, SM in general, was the power bomb door at Alpha PBs. Up the elevator back to the ship.
Yep.
One of the first early soft lock preventions.
Fun fact, that's the only one that survived the SMZ3. Okay, Ba's gonna get his Ice Beam. Yeah, not happy. Okay, so our other item, Baja now realizes, is either at the super missile location or the power bomb location, both of which are awful.
Ooh, interesting transition here.
Yeah, and I like that Kupppo did not break the tube, because now if he wants to go back out, he has the opportunity to use the tube break.
Yep.
Yeah, we have nothing, no majors in Redburn. You might check some of the minors anyway. Don't have to worry about X-ray, which is nice. But we have Redburn Star is like a big hub with a lot of connectors attached to it.
2 connectors to West Meridia, and we're showing 2 majors in West Meridia.
Okay.
This is a decision. I don't think I necessarily agree with
No,
this.
I don't like this decision at all. This is a one-way trip.
Yep.
And I'm not even sure this is in logic with this level, because I know that Suitless Meridia in general is not in logic. It is in logic in the season races when you get to the harder category, but it's only in logic go down, right? If you go once you
yeah, this is a point of no return.
It's a point of no return. I assume he's got a save somewhere that he can go back to.
But
we saw in the summer tournament, we saw someone do this play, and they couldn't get out of it, and it had things like it took them all the way into like green Brinstar, and there were things, but nothing to get him out.
Yep.
And had to reset all of it. So
if this is something like Lava Dive or Turian, this is a hard reset by kupppo here.
Yep. Now, if he has the Bubble Mountain save, then it's probably not so bad. Chat saying he does have the Bubble Mountain save.
I trust you, chat.
I'm not sure what Baja... Okay. He's just trying to freeze the Ripper to make it a little easier to get across. He is not taking a save, so I hope he does not choose to go down this way. Oh, see, but this is Green Bryn, and it's got 2 items, but the connectors out of Green Bryn still he needs to either get something to get him out of Meridia, or he needs the connectors to take him someplace else. Yep. So he's not out of the woods yet, and let's see what Baja does. It also looks like he'll transition through the tube. We'll see the crab leave. We'll see if he does the same thing. I hope not, because he doesn't have that save.
Yeah, and there's also 2 more transitions that you can check here in Red Tower. I want to say Baja will do that first.
There's 3 more transitions.
Oh yeah, I forget about the Red Tower room itself having one.
Yep. I think he's looks like he's thinking about it. Maybe doing his. Oh, this is bad. Okay,
this could be really bad for Baja.
Yeah, for Baja, this is much worse than for kupppo because his save's further back. I do not like this play. You've got 3 other transitions.
All right, Baja is not going to miss the crab hole right here, so we'll see what this is. Just a
missiles. Not worth the trouble. Now, if one of these transitions is a good transition from Green Brinstar, then everybody's fine.
Yep.
But for all we know, it's the Lower Norfolk loop. Well, it's not Lower Norfolk. We have one end of Lower Norfolk already because we started there. But it could be, like a Meridia, like an East Meridia, and a Lower Norfolk. And we don't have high jump boots to do Lower Norfolk from the front in logic, so.
Yep. And Suitless Meridia is not going to be in logic at all.
Yeah.
Even with that grapple. So something like getting to bot toon to right side is not going to be logical. Like it could be expected later with Gravity Suit, but. Because they have Ice Beam and Grapple now, but we did see kupppo almost fell through and missed the grapple at the Etakun E-Tank there.
Yeah, that's not the item that's going to get you out, though. Not by itself. Grapple plus high jump.
Yep.
No. Grapple plus high jump plus spring ball, or... No, we have ice, so grapple plus high jump would do it.
Spring ball could also do it technically, but that bootless...
But you can't... Well, we need high jump regardless, so you're not going to get both high jump and spring ball now.
All right, there's only 1 major left.
Yep.
I think to save them, like this.
They need Gravity Suit would also do it. That's screw attack. So if this is a dead end, we're going to see a couple of resets.
Yep.
Yeah, Turian is another bad one if it's here. Korean, front of Lower Norfair, either side of East Meridia, and it's it's Croc, actually even Kraid, unless those locations have items, Croc and Kraid in particular.
So now Sasho in chat pointing out that the crab hole is way back to Red Tower. Yeah, they actually can get to that.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. We've seen that. So maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. We were all worried about it.
I mean, so this was a possible doomsday scenario, but if they do have a way back, then it's all for nothing.
It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal.
We have the first transition. Where are we going? East Meridia.
Ooh.
Okay, hopefully Kupppo knows how. Yeah, crouch into a down grab. Get the crouch part right.
Don't angle down while you jump.
Angle down does not help you here.
Nope.
We saw. Nope. I saw a race earlier during. Yeah, you're not wall jumping this. It's not a hard strat to do, but if you don't know to do it, then it becomes more difficult.
Yep.
Now we saw a race earlier in the Swiss rounds where one of the runners got stuck here in exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm. So what Kupppo wants to do here, crouch, aiming down in midair actually changes Samus's hitbox a little bit. So if you do a crouch jump into an angle down at the peak of your jump, it changes Samus's hitbox just enough so she can get on top of the ledge right here. That's what Kuppos trying to do, but he's
resetting.
Okay.
That's the other thing that's really useful to know here is when you run through, when you're running into that room, as soon as you see that room hit one of your angle buttons, it'll stop you immediately.
Yep.
If you let go of the if all you do is let go of the D-pad, he did not have a Bubble Mountain save, or did he go back further?
No, I don't think he had a Bubble Mountain save. Yeah. So he loses Screw Attack here. Still has Ice Beam.
But yeah, if you need that quick stop, you want to hit an angle button, because if you just let go of the D-pad, you will keep running for a little bit. But if you hit one of the angle buttons, it will stop you on a dime. Hopefully, we get to see the other location, or the other transition. Hopefully Baja doesn't have issues here.
Didn't angle down, but had the reflex.
Both of you, if you're listening back, angle buttons are your friend. They stop you on a dime. So Baja gets out of there successfully. We still don't know what the other transition here is.
Nope. Baja heading down towards it, though, so I think
we will get to see it. Yep. It wouldn't surprise me if this is just Red Tower, honestly. But it could be Croc, it could be Kraid, it could be Turian, it could be the other side of East Meridia. It could be Wreck Ship, which wouldn't be ideal either for getting out. The only way out would be, as was suggested, to go up through to the going back to the crab hole.
Yep. All right, so we find Kraid's area, but we have boss shuffle on, so this is not necessarily a boss Baja can kill right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got ammo for Ridley, and he can farm.
Yep, and if he's proficient with the grapple swing, he could escape Dragon, potentially.
Yeah, without high jump, it's harder, though.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not saving. This is not ideal.
Oh.
Okay, so he's going back. He's gonna save.
He
okay, but you gotta kill Mini Kraid first. This is a kill room.
Yep. There are multiple reasons why we meme that Mini Boss is the true boss of Zeebs.
Now the nice thing is that he'll get an extra farm on the Mini Kraid to get more supers.
True.
So that's nice. And Kupo says, I'm going to go back to LN. Which, you know, I mean, there's a boss here. We can get to it.
Yep. And
I don't think this is a bad play at all.
This is still 3 majors down here too. Like,
yeah,
it's not unreasonable that there's progression down here.
Now, those of you that may be a little more expert on the logic of hard versus harder, how many E-tanks for the reverse acid dive? Because it's got to be more than he has. Because I think it's 4 or 5 for the season races setting.
And it's just Fantoon. Okay.
We can do this.
Yep.
But yeah, we did figure out that the crab hole leads back to Red Brinstar. And remember, we were all worried about it. That when Baja was thinking about it, that might have been the thing that he figured out that made this okay. But it does tell you something. This is where I wish I knew the logic better here. If it's not in logic to fall down Meridia, and I suspect it's not, then Gravity Suit cannot be in Wreck Ship. If anybody knows better about the logic of falling down the West Meridia, please tell me, and I will correct that statement. Like, I know the season races logic pretty darn well, but as soon as we get away from that, it gets dicey.
Falling down Meridia is in logic. I guess that just follows the point of no return logic. That is.
Yeah, but is it in logic in the hard settings? Like that's
probably the question. Oh, Kupo, you want to be careful of these giant Disgigas here.
Yeah, you do. Oh, nice E-tank for Kupo. Yeah, that is a well deserved E-tank. Okay, so if it is in logic for lower difficulties, I imagine it's in logic for this one.
All right, so now for Kupo heading to this boss, we know it can't be Fantoon. Dragon here would be Dragon here would be really bad for Kupo. Ridley kind of bad. Ideally,
yeah, his ammo is. Oh gosh, does he have enough ammo for Ridley?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's only got 15 supers.
Because the 15 supers would be half the damage. Then the 30 missiles would be another set of supers, and then 10 power bombs times 400 if you double hit every single one of them.
I think he's short.
4,000. Yeah, I think he's short. Great having 0 items though is nice. We don't have to worry about the item there in the closet.
Oh, that's a dark transition. That's Dragon. Oh, that's great.
Nope,
Never mind.
Okay, he's fine.
All right. Both runners at the 40-minute mark, 42-minute mark. We're going to get a boss down. 1 separate boss each. Good for both our runners. And Kupo.
And we're 0 for 3 on Kraid so far. I think he hit a couple supers, so he may only need 1 more.
Yeah. I think he just needs 1. There you go.
And just for good measure, we're going to plaza him. And just a missile. Which we knew that wasn't going to be a major, but if it had been a super or an E-tank, I imagine Kupo, or even a power bomb. Since Kupo only has 10, doesn't have the extra pack that Baja Blood picked up somewhere. I don't remember where.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was. And it's hard to believe that at the 43-minute mark, this seed is drastically different than the previous one. We are already potentially in go mode at this point.
Well, I mean, area versus not area.
Yeah. And here we are. We only have
very big part of that.
1 boss down each.
Okay, Baja remembering this red tower transition, so I imagine he'll check the other red tower transitions. Baja's ammo situation is pretty good if if we find Charge Beam. If we don't find Charge Beam, then both runners are going to be in a lot of trouble, ammo-wise. Kupppo in particular, 3015 is not a good place to start an ammo hunt. Especially in area, because you don't always know exactly where you're going to be able to look for things when you get near Turian. Now, the interesting question is, Kupppo going to do the reverse acid dive?
4 E-tanks plus the reserve, no crystal flash. Oh, this is a hard sell.
I mean, you gotta. Well, you save first regardless. If you're considering it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need a crystal flash. I mean, this is enough to do it.
It is.
But it's not necessarily enough to do it comfortably, depending on your skill level. Now, we still have 3 major items, and they're all in the front. And Baja finds wreck ship. And I think he's just going to do it. And I think that's the right call.
I like this play.
We've seen the other side of it, so we don't need to worry about going through.
Yep. And with Phantom dead, he can full clear everything but reserve. So I do like this play.
Okay, so Kupppo not going to do the front end lower Norfair, and I think that's fine. At this point, it'd be pretty dangerous.
Yep. Question in chat: is it possible to do reverse amphitheater? It is absolutely possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The acid.
Not only is it possible, but it's in logic in some of the settings.
Yep.
I'm not sure what tanks. It's like 4 tanks, I want to say, in season races. So I'm gonna guess if it's in logic in this settings, it would be 5, because everything seems to be 1 more. But I don't know.
Oh, you need to be real
Kupppo,
careful,
please.
Here. Oh, that's really bad. That's gonna be a death. No.
Yeah, and unfortunately didn't have the screw attack that he had to leave behind in Green Bryn.
Oh, and he didn't save after Kraid, so now he has to go back down and
he's got to do Kraid again.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, and we have to do this room in the intended fashion. Spiky Room of Death Part 2, I call this sometimes, when wreck ship is activated. Super Missile's good here. With 75 super missiles, he'll only actually need 50 supers to have enough ammo. If huge advantage Baja if supers are not on path. Sorry, if charge beam is not on path. We're gonna grab the E-tank.
He might grab it on the way out if he remembers about it.
No, Baja grabbing this E-tank on the wreck ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wasn't there an E-tank at Power Bombs of Shame?
Yep.
Yeah, knowing that this is Kraid now, yeah, I think that's a really good call. Especially if he's going to think of trying the reverse acid dive. Another E-tank at Baja says no to that one.
Yep. Doing stand-up is actually just kind of academic at this point. If you don't have charge beam, other than doing it for the sake of doing it, there is no reason to attempt stand-up. So I agree with skipping that E-tank there.
I mean, 6 is plenty with a decent beam combination.
Yep.
Okay, so 50-50, this is Dragon versus Ridley.
Baja did not save, and this is Ridley. So Dragon is going to be vanilla today.
Yep. Chat saying Baja save, but we've been wrong before. Yeah. Sitting in the acid also don't. I believe there was actually a strat back in the day where sitting in the acid was a thing, but I don't recommend it here.
Oh, missed the super there.
I think he had 31 walking in, so if he missed 2, he must have missed at least 2 then.
Yep. I think he's dead here.
That is 1 dead Ridley. And maybe one of the lower Norfair items is right here. It is.
Statistically speaking, there was a 75% chance of one of, well,
I
no,
know, right?
60% chance. Because
Yeah.
there's our trademark missile location that we also haven't seen yet.
Yeah. And yeah, 3 items at the GT area.
Yep.
So that's a really nice find for Baja. Okay. As you suggested, Kupo grabbing that E-Tank on the way out. Again, really smart thing to do. Now, I mean, I think the reverse acid dive is, well, as long as he doesn't take a bunch of damage from the Disgigas, I think the reverse acid dive is very much more doable with this health count. If he wants to choose to do that. Just shoot the blocks out. Okay. Looks like he is going to do these checks here first. I think I would have. I mean, knowing that we know the other transition and we're not going to want to go that way anyway, I think I would have done the wreck ship E-Tank before going up here.
Yeah.
Because maybe if that's something, then, and say the worker robot room is something, then you don't have to do all the other crap.
Oh, Kupo just took a ton of damage from the Key Hunters escaping.
Yeah, he's not doing any kind of reverse acid dives. That is off the table now. He can now take a hit. And I hope he just uses Plasma Beam from the bottom this time as he gets to the exit. Spring Ball. Okay, there's one of our majors. If anybody, yeah, chat asking if we can deduce the number of majors at Croc now. We've seen East Meridia. I did not note the number of items in East Meridia.
0 in East Meridia. We're still 2
0
in
in
West
East Meridia.
There's still
2 in West Meridia. We have 1 left at the wreck ship. 2 more in LN.
And 2 more in Criteria.
Criteria and Criteria. So somebody do the math, because I wasn't. Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, if we should be able to figure out what the number is at.
I don't think Croc can actually have anything at that point. Then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, Speed Booster making this check a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't think Croc can actually have anything today, for this one.
Which would be such a shame. Wouldn't be unreasonable to take that E-Tank as a refill, but Baja says no. He's really hoping he doesn't have to go back to the E-Tank.
Chat pointing out that Baja did not scout the wreck ship reserve.
Yeah, I like that in full. I talked about this earlier. In Major Minor, I like the scout. In full, I don't like the scout because you're gonna go check the item on the way there anyway.
Now, if he didn't have Speed Booster, he probably scouts it ahead of time, but just to see.
Yeah, he's got just enough power bombs to do this too. If he knows how to use them properly, or he could screw attack the blocks, that would work too. What you want to do is lay the power bomb as far up as you can. Because the bomb blocks right here, they respawn. But by doing it here, you get these these blocks, plus the ones over here. You can't scout the item though; you have to just go get it. Because if you use the power bomb to scout, that'll be trouble.
Yep. And we have a vanilla missile at the Choozo statue here. Baja, you actually don't need to go that far back to get the shine.
Yeah, it's got the conveyor belt. Ooh, gravity suit! Okay, we're in ammo mode on Baja's side. And he's just gonna leave. Does not have to go back to the wreck ship E-Tank. Knows where the transition goes, so no reason to go back that way. I forget where the transition goes. It's entirely possible to go someplace good, but honestly, I don't remember. So we'll see what he chooses to do if the transition's in a good spot for him to go back to.
It's early. I don't remember where exactly.
It
But I know
was
it's
very early, yeah.
Yep.
Looks like he wants to go that way.
I think he's looking at his tracker right now to see where that goes, and it's probably where he's going to head back to.
It's at Gravitron, so it's in the Upper Norfair area. Which actually that is really good if he wants to go to LN. Back at front of LN is got to be at this point Croc or Turian.
Yep.
Right.
Well, there's also still the elevator and the right side upper red tower transitions.
Oh yeah, we have the two more red tower transitions. That's correct.
Yep.
Okay. But we do also have East Meridia off of Upper Norfair.
Yep.
Okay, Kupo heading into Red Brinstar. Yeah, and this bit of farming that Baja's doing on his way. Yeah, this is why I probably would have grabbed that E-Tank.
Yep. I thought maybe
Kupo gets an E-Tank here over at Space, or decides to do a couple extra checks here.
Yeah. I thought maybe Baja was farming for ammo purposes, but he would just be doing the cargos at that point. There probably was a health farm there.
Yeah, actually farming the cargos here would not be a terrible idea. Yeah, fortunately we have crabs in this area, and crabs like to drop power bombs. That one didn't, though. We only need one right here, if you know what you're doing. There we go. So from here, Baja could choose to go to LN or could choose to go to East Meridia. I forget which one. So LN is the Croc entrance. I don't know which is the East Meridia. Do you recall?
Well, both of the elevator rooms go to Crateria, so I think Meridia had to be the wave beam transition.
No, no. You know what it was? It was no, it wasn't. Shoot, I managed to forget. Yeah, it's a very good question at this point.
Mm-hmm.
East Meridia's Green Hill Zone. That's right. Okay.
Aha.
Thank you, Count Cranberry.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay, so Baja's in an interesting situation here in that I think it'll be in his best interest to check the front of this.
Oh, this is double bad now for Kupo. We know Fantoon's not here, and he's not gonna be able to get the gravity suit.
He's not gonna be able to get the gravity suit. He's not gonna be able to get the gravity suit.
Or the speed booster, for that matter.
His ammo for Ridley is not good. Like, I still don't think he's got the same ammo he had before. He still doesn't have enough.
Yep. Oh, this is actually really, really, really bad for Kupo here.
Okay, don't need to check any of these lower Norfolk locations because it was all those items were checked because we started here.
Yep. Kupo, I might have wanted to pick up those missiles, even though it's not going to matter for this particular fight.
Yeah, 5 more missiles I don't think would make a big enough difference.
Yeah, it's
I think one more super, he'd be okay. It would be a horrible, horrible fight because he'd have to hit all his power bombs, but... And I want to say there is a super pack available at the spooky missiles.
Yep. Oh, but he wasted his super on the door there. Oh.
But yeah, the other issue with Ridley and Wreck Ship is there's nowhere to farm.
The atomics and the ghosts don't give great ammo drop rates.
Yeah. The atomics are great if you want full health. Baja did decide to grab that E-Tank. He, of course, doesn't know whether this is Kraid or Dragon, but he's got a really good set of items for Dragon, even if it was, because it's grapple beam, if nothing else. It was a pretty easy Dragon fight.
So, if my math is right, And I'm not going to count on it. I want to say he's still short on ammo. I might be counting the power bomb damage incorrectly, but I don't think he could have
Well,
killed
10 would be 4,000 damage from the.
Yep.
So okay, so 15 supers gets it down to 9,000.
Yep.
30 more missiles gets it down another
3,000.
third to 6,000, and power
Yep.
bombs is 4,000. He's got 4,000 in power bomb damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the extra super would take care of the other 2,000, but you can't miss.
Yeah.
Like you
absolutely
have what, 1,000 to spare. That
Yep.
would not be ideal. And for the 4th time today, we get to see Kraid in all his glory.
Kupppo did get the quick kill on the rematch, but that is
okay.
one.
Yeah, but still, this is we're 1 for 5. Yeah, and Ba just keeps picking up those missiles, which I completely agree with. For every 3 missile packs is 1 less super pack you need to pick up.
Yep. And supers have been kind of scarce. We still don't have charge beams, so yeah.
We might, if you're Baja, you don't expect to see charge beam. Like if you run into a grade, but pick up the missiles while you have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I expect we'll see a save scum here at the save station here. And the reverse acid dive this is plenty of tanks with gravity suit.
Oh, Kupppo finding a super and a missile at the Alpha PBS.
That'll help him. Yeah,
He definitely has enough for Ridley now, but he probably feels.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, you're still. Anytime you're required to use power bombs for Ridley, it's bad.
Yep.
If like I don't mind, like I'll do like if I have 90 missiles and 15 supers, like that's I think very doable. But as soon as you have to start hitting those power bombs, it's really horrible.
And chat, if you don't know, Ridley actually has AI that he tries to actively avoid the powerbomb explosion damage. Like, he will actually actively try to avoid them.
Yep.
And that's what makes using powerbombs kind of difficult in that fight.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's not too bad, but it's harder. If you're gonna be forced to use power bombs, you want to start with power bombs.
Yep.
It's much worse later. Okay, so we did see the save from Baja. I do expect we'll see the reverse acid dive here.
We see the other end of East Meridia here at the transition. Now the elevator will take us to...
Are we now down to Croc and Turian?
I believe so.
There's Turian. Okay, so this is going to take Baja to Croc, so he can reset that. Turian, Kupppo has the knowledge that it'll be good for him. No, you don't want that.
You definitely don't want that.
You don't want that.
And as we pass the 1 hour mark, let's give a shout out to our runners. We got Kupppo and BajaBlood. If you're watching on YouTube, you can follow them at twitch.tv/Kupppo with 3 P's and BajaBlood spelt exactly on the screen for both runners. You can also follow my co-com Tracy and our tracker today, Jestro Zooks.
Jestro, the true MVP. As always, our trackers. Can't do it without them.
And if you're watching on YouTube, it's Jestro, JESTROZOOKS.
Oh, we haven't seen this transition.
Oh.
Okay, so there's another one. Well, we guess we haven't seen all the... Oh, you know what? We haven't seen one of the West Meridia transitions.
You're right.
The one that would normally take you to East Meridia.
That's right. That's the Croc.
So that's Croc.
That's Croc. Okay. Forgot about that one.
And Baja needs to find his way back to East Meridia. And Kupo is going to head back down this fall. Which for sure is in logic, because otherwise we would never have been able to get that gravity suit the wreck ship. So if there were any doubts left on that, we know for sure. Kupo sees those missiles.
Upo at this point might be wondering if he missed something.
No, he knows exactly what he needs to do. He has to know that the other exit is the thing he needs. Except it looks like he's trying to go to the other entrance, which would not do him any good because it's...
Yep.
Okay. There may be a way to crab climb this without high jump boots. It certainly isn't in logic in any mode that any sane person would play. And is certainly not going to help him out here because we now know that that's got to be the croc transition. He's going to make his way back to Green Hills, and we'll see how much of the stuff he grabs. Okay, I think Screw Attack's... Well, he's already done LN, so Screw Attack is not as worth as you might think. But it's right there out in the open. It was the missiles over near Mission Impossible, so it's a pretty free grab. The other major here was... What was the other major here? Oh, it was Grapple Beam.
Yes.
Probably want to get that.
Looks like Kupo's going to go for the ammo that was back here. A bunch of missiles.
Yeah, there's a lot of ammo here. And Baja might actually find Croc here, just because it wouldn't be unreasonable for him to check this entrance, looking for the other side of East Meridia. Or he might just go to the one he knows. That actually, yeah, okay, he is going to check this, but you're better off just going to the one you know.
Yep.
Although maybe he's going to try and find the items, I don't know. Croc even has an item, but we're not going to get it.
Yep.
Checking these two items up here wouldn't be terrible. Just because he still needs a little bit of ammo. 9540 is... We're still in break all the Zebs refill territory.
Yep. Like one more super, I think, probably just seals it.
One more super and he's pretty much fine. One more missile and he has the equivalent of the classic 6040.
Which is enough.
Yeah, 40, yep. Yeah, 40-60, not 60-40.
Yep.
Let's do it in the right order, you know? It does matter.
Which is enough if for not refilling, but you have one super leeway, effectively. You really don't want to miss
the 40-60, you need to refill for the doors, but not for the... You don't have to deal with Zebs. You can do Zeb skip and such.
Right, that's right. Kupo did go back for that grapple beam, he knowing the location of that. I'm wondering what he's thinking for that grapple.
Easy Dragon kill? I don't know.
Maybe.
There's some nice ammo, easy locations to scout or to check in East Meridia. Like I'd probably do the aqueduct checks because we got speed booster. You're gonna get the free check after bot wound. You're gonna get the precious missiles free check. You're gonna get the Dragon check. Of course, I would not go back for this once I skipped it.
Baja heads up play, recognizing he doesn't necessarily have enough supers. He does have enough ammo for bot wound, but without charge beam, there is a soft lock potential there.
You know, and the funny thing is, I find it really hard to hit bot wound with regular missiles.
Yes. Bot wound's
gonna grab the E-tank.
That hitbox is notoriously bad.
Yeah, so you know what? I take it back. I like this choice because it's easy to miss a lot of missiles very quickly and get yourself into a lot of trouble. Plus, you get a very nice farm spot right here, which you could use grapple beam a lot more effectively here than screw attack.
Yep.
Screw attack's not terrible here though. East Meridia with no majors though, we are not getting a charge beam here. Okay, Kupo finds Kraid, so we'll get to kill Fantoon. We actually, he could have checked that location, but it's with Kraid being 0 items, so I'm not surprised he's skipping it. I'm sure that Baja didn't farm all the way up to at least 10 supers, though.
He is going to have to use some missiles. I would probably start the fight with missiles, honestly, at this case. Well, with his slowest speed being at the start of the fight, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah, it's like that's what he's going to do. Or try and use him when he sticks his head out of the holes. Yeah, he's already... Yep. I think he missed both those supers, which is not ideal.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he's already out of supers, and we're not even halfway through.
The one benefit is Botwoon here has 3,000 health, so there is leeway, but...
Yeah, but this gets very scary very quickly.
Yep.
Because he is hard to hit with missiles. Okay, we're good. I hope this is a super... I hope there's a super missile somewhere in these next few checks. That was a regular missile. We're also reasonable to grab it on the way out. We will need one super to get into Dragon, though.
Gotta farm the mock droids here. Don't have space jump. So this is gonna be.
Yeah, who knows where space jump is? Maybe that's the croc item. Well, Kupo gonna finish off Fantoon pretty soon here. And gets a super as soon as he realizes he needs one. He's laughing about it.
Oh, but now you gotta do the Ghidorah with just missiles.
Yeah, I do hope he checks these ammo items on his way out. Like 140 is it's that 40-60 equivalent. But even one missile pack makes things so much better. Looks like he's gonna at least start with missiles, but he's got grapple beam, so he could just do the grapple kill. And gets the quick grapple. Nicely done.
And at the exact same time, Kupo gets the kill on Fantoon, so we are 4 bosses to 2. Oh, that is an interesting.
Really don't like not. I would have really liked to see him check these items.
Yep. I hope he at least checks Precious Missile on the way out. But
I mean, that's a pretty free check, and he could pick up the missiles at the Botwoon E-Tank on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the wall jump like he doesn't have high jump boots.
Yep.
Okay, grab that. Okay, now this is gonna be really comfortable. I might still grab the Botwoon missiles, but you know, 145 is actually pretty comfy.
Yep. Now at this point, you're almost hour 15 in. If you're Baja, do you feel like you're ahead, behind, or maybe even, given the seat layout?
Well, I don't see how either one of them could feel ahead at this point. I mean, Kupo, they both made their share of mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
Like Baja going as long as he did with that power bombs, missing the power bombs at Ice Beam that Kupo got early.
Mm-hmm.
Kupo had a bit of a lead until he couldn't get out of the Meridia. Yeah, the East Meridia transition. And yeah, I know this is the wrong answer, but I get why. So I get why he's doing this because he doesn't know that the other side of this is upper red tower. But this will take him to where Torian is, so it's gonna work out. It's just gonna be a little bit. Actually, this might work out better now that I think about it. Like the only thing that could be bad for him here is if this turned out to be Croc, and we know that's not the case.
Yep.
This should take him to upper red tower, and the other upper red tower, the elevator, will take him to Turian, and that should be the only bad thing. Well, I mean, there's no more ammo to pick up on the way, but he should be fine at 100/45.
Yep.
But yeah,
one of the benefits of area random, of course, is once you enter Turian, it's a free ammo refill.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to farm for Metroids or anything else.
Okay, Kupo with the Fantoon kill is leaving. Now has more than enough supers for a Ridley fight, so he'll be fine with the refight. And it is on the right path. And I shouldn't call it a soft lock in East Meridia. Just unfortunately, Kupo not with the experience to know how to get out of that spot.
Yep.
If you go too far.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, had to end up resetting. And I mean, I like that he pivoted. It just turned out that the pivot was not the in the long run not the right answer.
Yep.
He pivoted to go to Lower Norfair, was able to kill Kraid, but that just took him further away from where he needed to go to do the rest of the seed. Okay, Baja entering Turian. This time we have Ice Beam, which honestly is great for the end of this, but here... The one nice thing about doing this with power bombs, which we're going to be doing with power bombs, because I mean he could have gone through the door to get the Metroids off of him and start over, which I think would have been a reasonable thing to do. Is going to use power bombs though. The one nice thing that power bombs do here is you don't use any of your ammo. You'd be guaranteed to have the 45 supers, and you want to have all those supers. He's going to want to get Zeb Skip. He doesn't need to get Zeb Skip, but if you don't, then you're doing refills. You don't want to do that.
He did leave a super. It's not the end of the world because the Metroids have decent super drop rates, but okay,
yeah,
well,
but now getting grabbed like this, he's gonna have to definitely needs to think about this.
Yep.
Honestly, I would reset this room and just start over.
Yeah. Definitely has to use missiles on the final Metroid room here, because.
Oh, you got a super drop. That's nice.
Okay.
I always use missiles here. I never use a super on this last one.
If you need supers, you definitely just use missiles on the Metroids here, and that's what he's doing. Okay, he's good.
Because he can, like, I would open the first red door before refilling.
Yes.
He's not getting baby skip, so we're gonna. Sorry for those of you. Oh, he doesn't have hydrogen boots anyway, so so he definitely isn't getting baby skip. But yeah. You're not getting baby skip anyway. You might as well just open the door and then do refill missiles end.
Yep.
And your health. And then if you're worried at all, I think a save is reasonable here.
Yep. If you are super paranoid about your ammo, you could open all 3 doors with your missiles and then refill. But I don't think
you need to do that. I don't think you need to do that.
You don't.
But I wouldn't blame anyone that did do that.
Right.
And Koopa with a very nice Ridley fight with having the correct ammo. It's kind of a look away and look back and, oh, it's done. I hope he checks this. It's a speed booster. Nice prize for Ridley.
Yep. It also a required speed booster. He, of course, does not know that yet, but
no,
definitely
it's
need
not.
that to get...
The gravity suit was... Oh, gravity suit was... Yeah, you're right. Gravity suit was up there.
Yep.
Okay. I lost track of where my... I knew it was behind behind bowling, but I had forgotten exactly which one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how comfy Baja feels. He is going to take the save, it looks like.
Yep.
He's turning screw attack off to get ready for a Zeb skip. Does have to do a little bit of shenanigans. With Plasma Beam, you have to either use a charge shot, not available to him. You have to crouch, or you have to turn it off.
Yep.
So hopefully he knows how to deal with that. And you have to do it from below. Anytime you don't have Wave Beam, you have to do this from below.
Oh, had the setup?
I thought he had it for a second.
Yep. And heads up play to reset the room. If you don't get the Zeb skip right away, you typically don't get the Rinkas lined up properly, so you have to. Well, you don't have to, but it's faster to reset the room in this case.
Yeah, I especially like resetting the room if you're doing it from below, because the acid's not going to be there, and you have to sit in the acid, which is not ideal.
And second try Zeb skip, nicely done by Baja. Knows to kill the Rinkas with Ice Beam because for some reason their thaw timers are still counting down when they're dead when you kill them with Ice Beam. They just don't respawn right away.
Okay, so let's see. 17 times 3 is 51.
51? Yeah.
So he can miss 11 missiles, or the equivalent in supers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to do the 15 thing here, but I mean, it works. I'm more apt to say, okay, I need to hit 51 missiles, and I will just shoot those 51 missiles and do a subtraction to see how many I would have at that point, and then switch to supers. I think he missed a few missiles, but I don't think he missed 11, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
There we go.
Looking good.
Damage down. And Kupppo is gonna get in go mode around the time that Baja finishes.
Yep. He's gonna pre-scout the item.
Yeah, he's gonna scout the item, which is fine. Yeah, I do prefer, in full, not scouting, but with only one item left in Wreck Ship, now he can actually, in this case, he can skip things like Sky Missiles and.
Yep.
It's kind of a nice skip, although with Speed Booster, that's not a bad check.
Given his ammo count, though, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if he's just got like the ammo checks for him. But
yeah, his ammo is not good.
I'm pretty sure there was an E-tank back here too, which doesn't help the ammo situation at all.
Not at all.
And don't worry, chat, that is not a 0 on the power bomb count. Pretty sure that's an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8. 8s and 0s look awfully similar though from on the restream side.
Yep. Now, assuming this finishes out the way we expect, Baja's going to move on. We'll be waiting a couple of rounds to... Well, he's going to be facing the winner of Sunwoo Farmer and Nobody Nada. And Kupppo, unfortunately, will be eliminated from contention. So this will be the end of the tournament for Kupppo, unfortunately. Put on a really good run, though. Really good run.
That one lack of knowledge in East Meridia. Like, if he could have gotten out of that, this could have been a completely different race. Or, it's entirely possible that they're both on Mother Brain 3 right now.
Yep.
Because Kupppo was ahead at that point, and just unfortunately ran a little bit too far and just didn't know how to get out without high jump or gravity. Apparently, Game 3 of Sunwoo versus Nobody is happening right now, according to our tracker, Jestro. Not sure if that got a restream or not, but hopefully it did. Oh.
If that's the case, Baja will know his next opponent shortly.
Yeah. Baja in the escape.
And 60-35 for Kupppo on ammo. Still not great.
Yeah, he's nowhere close. He's gonna need to get a lot more ammo or find charge beam. And at this point, I mean, you have 2 items in criteria, you have 2 items in LN. We have what else? Or is it 1 item in criteria left? Whatever it is, it's not a lot. It's 2 locations, 1 item.
Yep.
1 item at Croc. We never saw the majors in West Meridia either.
Yep, that's true. And we had the 2 at Mama Turtle, and then the 3 at the top of West Meridia.
Yep. And Baja is going to finish up with an official race time of 1:25:03. GG's to Baja.
Yep. GG's. Kupppo sees the dot done, has forfeit, thrown in the towel.
I don't blame him. I mean, he's got a long way to go to finish this one up.
Yep. And we are now joined by the winner, BajaBlood. GG's, Baja.
Hello, GG's. I'm going to have nightmares about missile expansions tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were there, though. You had 100/40, which is exactly the same as the 40/60 with the, you got to refill after doors and stuff. And then you got the nice super pack after Dragon. So that super pack makes a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
But power bombs were definitely a thing in this one.
Oh my gosh.
I was the first seed, power bombs in the second seed.
I was kicking myself for forgetting about Terminator. Like when I saw that second entrance to criteria, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just route this way and grab everything, and not realizing that actually I had isolated that. So I was going to be very disappointed if that was the first PB.
Yeah, and then it turned out to be even further back than that. It was at the ice beam.
Right?
We had to go all the way back to the ice beam. And we also have Kupppo joining us. But let's actually take ourselves back to game 1 for a second before we get further into game 2. So game 1 had your supers at Billy Mays. Somebody in chat, of course, wanted that to happen, and I'm like, no, it can't happen. That won't happen. I can count on my hands the number of times that's actually happened. Where not only are they there, but that's the only location, because it's an early spot in logic. As you know, Varia will place your first power bomb or super missile in a spot where nothing will be before it, and there's not a whole lot before Billy Mays, but it turned out there wasn't any after either. So you both ended up having to go back for that. Now, Baja, you avoided this 4-spawn play. Kupppo, unfortunately, not avoiding
I lost the spore spawn. Do you know how that feels? Do you know how many years of therapy I'm going to need to go through to
just don't do it.
This?
Just don't do it.
Baja's a much better runner than me, especially movement-wise, so I was just thinking, it's like, okay, if this is at Spore Spawn, I'm a made man. I got this.
Fair enough. Yeah, unfortunately, both of y'all having to go all the way back. But yeah. And then, I mean, the rest of that scene was fairly straightforward. It was just do the hell run, and then... Baja, I got a question. What was going on when you were in Meridia?
I was Googling how to do spring ball crystal flash clip.
Oh, jeez.
Because I've never done it before. And I was like, should I
me.
just... What's that?
Just charge me at Energy Take Mama Turtle. Just had to interrupt for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead. You.
Yeah, so I've done crystal flash clip with bombs, and I would be comfortable going for that in a race, but I've never done it with a spring ball. So I was like, should I Google this? I was literally stopped in the sandpit Googling whether I want, and then I was like, no. There's so few places left, and I've got 3 outs.
Yeah, Kupppo needed you to go back for the grapple beam, or even just have taken the grapple beam and done Shack Tool.
I needed a lot more than that. I needed, I don't know, like an electrical failure, I think.
I mean, the first race was close, right? You were on Mother Brain when I finished.
The first race was pretty close.
Yeah, sorry, I meant, yeah, I thought we went to second race.
No, we're still in the first race. Yeah, he had gotten everything but a way to get to Dragon. And instead of going up to the wrecked ship, he goes and sees a grapple beam over at the left sandpit, and then falls down, and then sits there. He just sits in the sand, like, just go do something. I mean, some things I liked you do, Kupo, and that one things I really liked that you did, Kupo, is when you decided to go. I assume, so the decision not to do the Hell Run, was that because you just didn't feel comfortable doing the Hell Run, or would you have liked to have like one more super pack for Crystal Flash just in case? Is that?
I didn't have a super for Crystal Flash, and I normally always pick Hell Runs over everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, don't be an idiot. You have 3 E-tanks. Surely this is not what this seed wants you to do.
Yeah, I think you had 3+2 though is the problem. But yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Because you were at exactly 10 supers, and you have to use a super in that Hell Run, so that doesn't give you enough for a Crystal Flash. So you go up and you get a speed booster. And I really like that when you got the speed boost, you said, "Hey, Waterway having my item would have been really good." Unfortunately, it didn't, but I really liked that choice.
Well, after, yeah, I took a save, I remember right before, because I was thinking, I need a big play in order for this to pay off. So it's either needs to be Waterway, or maybe I should try early X-Ray.
Yeah,
That's like something I'd practicing, but I just remember thinking, like, once I got there, it was like, yeah, I don't think this is actually going to work.
Yeah, so early X-ray, you had high jump plus speed is actually pretty easy, but your E-tanks were not great. I think you were still at 4+2 there, so which is exactly what you would want in season races. So probably is 1 or 2 more for your logic in this hard but not harder.
Yeah.
And I think it ended up being a reserve tank. We saw it on Baja's side. So it's good you didn't go for that one.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, mostly I think the clear wreck ship was what hurt you. You know, it was for you at the time. I think it was a fine choice to do that. It just didn't work out. Like wreck ship going up instead of down sometimes is the answer, and just not in this case.
I don't feel bad about that at all. I feel like I played okay. I mean, I knew I was, yeah, it was going to be difficult no matter what, but at least like I felt okay about that. Is it okay to go second race?
Let's talk about the second race. Yeah, absolutely.
I tried so many seeds in practice, and none of them ever came up lower Norfair start. And I thought, okay, great, I'll just start in Green Bryn. This will be fine. 6 lower Norfair.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of the lower Norfair start because it gives you a free suit. Because you know, at the very beginning, it automatically gives you a morph ball, which yay, we want morph ball. You know, I'm not a fan of the late morph. Various suit, and then a way to get through the key hunters. And
that start was weird. I've never come out of Croc Escape with nothing, so I like forgot how Norfair worked and went in a circle for no reason.
There was some definite confusion. I was confused too. Like I was thinking you need a bomb, right? You know, if it's not area, then the game needs to also give you a bomb to get out. Right. And I was thinking, you guys, you know, when you went out and you didn't use a bomb, like, oh my god, this is really bad. And no, it takes you out to Croc Escape, and then you went in circles for a while. Kupo, I hate to say this, but your downfall in game 2 was just not being able to get out of that East Meridia spot.
Yeah, I hate Suitless Meridia. I have no intention of trying to learn it. I guess I have to now. I don't understand how that jump works at all.
Yeah, so it's what we call a down grab. So you need to jump. You did the right thing on the crouch jump, but then you need to, when you get to the right height, you need to go down. You know, hit down again as you're, and maybe a little bit to the left as you get up there. It is definitely get outable. The other thing to keep in mind in that situation, be ready on those angle buttons, because what happens is you go through and you say, "Oh no, I don't want to be here," and you probably just let go of the D-pad. But Samus just keeps running.
Yeah. No, I Leroy Jenkins into that room, and I knew I didn't know how to get out, and that was just an absolutely stupid thing.
So just hit your angle, you know, be ready on those angle buttons, because they'll stop you on a dime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, yeah. So I mean, so you know, if you had gotten out of that, then you probably go down and you get Fantoon, and then, you know, that's kind of the thing that opened everything up. I do like the pivot you did. Again, another pivot that didn't work out, but I think it was a good choice to go down and try LN. And, you know, it was Kraid, so you could do it. But unfortunately, there wasn't much to do beyond that. you didn't. You reverse acid dive wouldn't have helped you any, as it turned out. Just kind of looped you back up to somewhere I forget where.
I thought about it, but yeah, I knew I knew at that point I was just desperate. But I mean, so Baja, you're more of like a full rando player, right? Like you prefer full area.
Yeah, these settings are what I like to roll for myself casually. Just like the weird stuff and variety of stuff.
Yeah. I definitely knew this was gonna be. I don't know. I knew there might have been some suitless stuff in there, and I think I'd seen a few other races where you like definitely have like a great knowledge of the game and sort of like how to like adapt to a lot of different scenarios. Mm-hmm. So for me, yeah, I sort of knew this one wasn't gonna go very well.
Yeah, I mean it was smart. The settings you chose for game 1, I think were smart because that was the antithesis of what I am here for, which is chaos.
I mean, the chaos was fun. I had a great time.
That's what's most important, of course.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Thanks to Idle again for organizing this tournament. It was super fun. This has been a blast for the past 7 weeks.
All right. So, I mean, yeah. Anything else you want to add, Kupppo? Since this is the last race you get to do.
No, just thanks Tracy, thanks Leno, thanks Jestro for doing all the comms and tracking, thanks Baja for picking up the settings and being flexible on times.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's been a blast. I look forward to seeing you in the next round, Baja.
Yeah, thanks. We're gonna be finding out my opponent as we speak. Actually, the winner of this Sunwoo versus Nobody Nada race that's going on is going to be who I'm up against.
Yeah, it is. It is over on SpeedGaming 3. We weren't sure if I wasn't sure if it'd gotten a crew yet, but it did manage to get someone on there. So I imagine you'll be going over there shortly to find out what the result's going to be. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about that? I know nothing about either one of those players. Do you know anything about them?
So Sunwoo was my first round opponent. So I got absolutely nothing against Nobody Nada, but I actually really want that rematch because that was our first ever restreamed Super Metroid race for both of us, and I think we've both improved a decent amount over the course of this tournament. So I'd love to have a rematch and see what we can do now.
Certainly, that'd be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, head over. I'm sure you'll head over. It looks like that race was still going when I took a look. So it is still
ongoing. Yep.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to add, Baja, before we go ahead and close this out?
No, I mean, I'll echo Kupppo's sentiments. Thank you both for coming. Thanks, Jester, for tracking, and yeah, thanks, Idle, for organizing this. I've been having a blast.
All right, so. Next matches on the schedule outside of the current one going on over on SpeedGaming 3. We have at 9:15 a.m. We get the early bird special. I know one of these two isn't European. I'm not sure about the other. We have Kevnastics versus Break Jake. Looks like they're playing 2 games. I'm not sure if this is a 1 and 2 or a 2 and 3. And no channel assigned yet, but I do expect it to get a channel, as we do have commentary sign up for that. So tune in for that one, and then after that, we have the late night special on Saturday. We had 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Soberlight and OK Beamer, who I think are both in weird time zones, playing their matchup games 1 through 3. So yeah, definitely tune in for all of those. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Thank you to our runners, Baja and Kupppo. That was a fun race to call. Leno, for joining me on commentary. I know you've got a weird schedule, so you had to get up early for this. So glad.
I wouldn't have missed this one for the world, though. This was a heck of a match to call, and I'm glad both you guys put on a great show for us today. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thanks.
And yeah, that will and of course, Jestro. Can't say enough about our trackers. Jestro Zook's one of the best, if not the best. Clicking those buttons behind the scenes, always our MVPs, our trackers. Head over, the rest of you watching, thank you for watching. Head over to SpeedGaming 3, and we'll see you at the next race.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.